Welcome back now. Between work, the kids, finances and trying to maintain a social life, it's no wonder more than a quarter of Australians admit to feeling a bit like this.
I'm sorry, I can't handle this. I'm not mature enough for this.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Smacking her over the head. Today marks the beginning of Stress Awareness Week, and author and resilience expert Marty Wilson is here just to tell us how to chill out. Marty, we've got a nice background here to sort of set the calming mood.
Yeah,
here,
nice.
Because it's something you don't know if you are living with stress. I mean, you say there are 5 long-term effects that we're not even realising. So what are those?
Yeah, there are. There's because basically stress is your body's physical response to you feeling under threat. And so your body releases adrenaline and cortisol, and that increases your heart rate, increases your blood pressure, and cortisol actually lowers all those things that aren't responsible for fight and flight. So that can cause long-term, like, gastrointestinal problems, you know, feeling sad, like low mood, anxiety, even depression. And, you know, obviously having high blood pressure and high heartbeat all the time is not good for us long-term.
Not at all. Now, there's actually a hand movement that can help explain how stress works.
Yeah,
can you just take us through that?
There's a great researcher called Dan Siegel, and he made up this thing. So this is a model of your brain, so that's me looking around like that. And,
nice brain.
and so this is your limbic system. This is the part of your brain that is responsible for fight and flight. And so it's like all your emotions and that sort of thing. Now, this is your cortex over the top of that. And this is the part that does all the higher thinking. This is the part that regulates your emotions. Now, when you're under stress, when someone comes along and winds you up or does that thing you know you always hate, you can literally flip your lid. It's actually a really good symbol for what happens, because then you start thinking with your survival brain. You start thinking with your emotional brain. And it's a great way to explain it to kids, because one of my kids, when he was 4, he'd say, like, come on, mate, you got to calm down. He's just like, talk to the hand, you know, talk to the limbic system, because the cortex ain't listening.
No, I got that wrong, because I taught my kids to flip the bird, and I think I got that round the wrong way. You say to choose to laugh at whatever that situation is. You're very funny, man, to ease the tension. What's the benefits of laughing?
Well, there's been about 30 years into resilience. Like, in my professional life, I talk about resilience with businesses that are undergoing restructures and mergers, acquisitions, that sort of thing. They've found out that resilience is about 50% genetic, so blame your mum and dad if you can't keep your peace of mind, about 10% events, and then 40% how you think about events. So only 10% what actually happens, 40% how you process that. And there's some great ways that people can deliberately choose to bring that prefrontal cortex back into action. Laughter is a great one. You know, another one is exercise. Exercise is a fantastic way to bring your thinking back into line, because if you're chock full of that, you know, fight or flight hormones, some actual fight or flight is really good for you. It burns off. Like going for a run, it burns off those, I think, meditation, those relaxation yoga things. That yoga, those sort of stress reduction things, they bring your prefrontal cortex back online.
Increasing your social interaction is an interesting one.
It's a great one you brought up.
Because it does. If you are in danger of, like, spiralling, as David does,
You're welcome.
then when you're in a social situation, you have to kind of rein yourself in, don't you?
You do, yeah. You have to check yourself.
Yeah.
And it has both sides of the effect. The thing I would say is social interaction, not social media interaction. Like, you know, like I was getting on the train this morning. I was listening to the album "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" by Pink Floyd. Got on. There's a guy on there with a T-shirt, "Shine On You Crazy Diamond." I just showed him my phone. We both had a smile, you know, a bit of fisty bump goodness on the train.
He said that, punched him, took his wallet, and then I felt really good.
It was a fight or flight thing, you know.
You can imagine, like, that tiny little moment
true.
was so better for us than if I was on my phone going, just listening to Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Like, you know, that does nothing for your well-being and peace of mind. Whereas, like, actually interacting with people,
I love
is
hearing
really
you
good
typing.
for it.
Marty, always good to have you on, buddy.
Thank you, Marty. I feel way less stressed now.